What's going on, ladies and gentlemen, artists and creators alike, and most importantly, Arcane aficionados? I told you we're gonna stay on this Arcane wave, and boy are we going to today. Today is the first episode of Bridging the Rift. Apparently, based on the minimal knowledge I have of it, it's a behind the scenes breakdown of how it transitions from the game to Netflix, and this is right up my alley. I cannot wait for this. So without further ado, we're not going to waste any time today. Guys, please, if you like this video, like, share, comment, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you never miss a video. Check out everything else we got going on. Check the merch, check the full-length reactions on Patreon. It really helps support the channel, and every dollar goes back into this channel and reinvested for you. All right, guys, speaking of for you, this is Bridging the Rift, episode 1. Let's go. Riot Games, okay. When you're going to change the world, don't ask for permission. Yep. Yep, that's a good lesson to learn. Oh, look at that art of Jinx.
The thing is that you play these characters over and over and over. Hundreds, in some cases, thousands of hours people sit with these characters.
I don't know how this League of Legends trend completely overpassed me.
They're always in this one, in this one environment.
I don't know why, but I expected League of Legends to be higher graphics. Oh, there he is. Look at Echo.
What is their normal life like?
Jinx. Oh wow, they did a good job with her.
We knew Arcane was going to be the very first deep story expression.
Okay. Wow. Christian. Thank you, Christian.
If we make something that isn't at least good, then we're really, really harming the League IP.
Yeah. I mean, look at World of Warcraft. Good God. Ella. That's my girl. Where are we at? Oh, look at all that storyboarding. That's what I love to see. That's what I love to see.
This is Echo with
about hair.
Just oh yeah, without hair, right? I forgot. Here.
Wow.
She will be the worst kept secret of the show. Everyone will know it's Echo when they see him with the mask on. I mean,
not me.
Well, but okay. But so the second they see that he has the pocket watch,
everyone knows he's like the boy who shattered.
And you know what? This is exactly why I liked going into it without knowing anything, because yeah, if I saw that pocket watch and I'd played League of Legends, I probably would have known it was Echo, but since I didn't, the suspense and the surprise that they still built into the show, it was able to be enjoyed by viewers like me, and I really appreciate that.
We didn't want the typical crazy girl laughing around like the Joker and just making no sense. We really wanted to make her feel deranged and emotionally affected by what she went through.
Yeah.
As a kid.
And that's the thing. The derangement has to be earned. These guys are pros.
So hey, I can do this, believe in me.
Aging a character must be really interesting. Need to know everything about the human anatomy and bone structure.
It doesn't offer us something personal to explore. I think for the story that we have, it's a story about family. It's a story about siblings that have a hard time.
A lot of relatable themes, despite the sci-fi-ness of it.
Kind of taking over and us feeling like we're losing control over it.
I will say, from the writers' rooms that I've worked in, storyboarding is a really fun time because you really get to see the story come to fruition. And if you have a really good artist to do it, oh my God, it makes it that much more of a gift. I only dream in risky. I love it.
How you doing, bud? The skinks.
Oh,
I've had
damn.
them for 23 years now.
How the hell old can skinks get?
The thing when you work on story is that, just generally speaking, it never stops. I feel like I just have voices in my head that argue a lot, and every now and again, something they say makes sense, and then you write it down. And that's how the characters happen.
Yeah.
bare bones, desperate sounding Craigslist post for a video game startup.
Wow, on Craigslist. That's ballsy. On Craigslist, of all places.
To work in customer support at Riot on Craigslist.
There we go.
Would you let me to be interviewed by Alex?
Yep.
Like, what are the odds that on Craigslist you'll find a dream of an opportunity?
Everyone at the company who liked that, who was enthusiastic about it, just comes in.
Wow.
And you'd show up with something, right? You'd be like, here's this sweet art that I found, or here's this idea that I just jotted down. How do we turn that into a champion?
God, working around artists is one of the most fun things in the world. It just fills your soul.
Katie D'Souza did this, it wasn't a sketch, it was like a full concept of what she called Psycho Arsenal. It was not so different, honestly, from what Jinx looks like right now. You know, the long pigtails, and just kind of like guns all over the place.
Vi and Jinx were characters that Alex and I always really liked.
Bravo, sis.
That scene scared the hell out of me. Oh my God.
So on the, I want to try something fun right now. So fun should have some kind of spike up, you know, like the screechy.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Oh, wow. Who is that? I gotta check her out.
Arcane started when Alex and I sat down together and were thinking what the devil we should be doing next.
Our goal was to have deeper storytelling, right? To not just do video game action.
Okay.
At the company tend to call it fight porn. I don't know if we call it that anymore, but that's what it always was.
Interesting. I mean, it looks badass.
If basically the promise is
It
like
would be nice to find some kind of thread, some sort of like emotional question thread.
I love that.
Talking, you know, like, man,
The quest for storytelling is literally what brought them from the game to TV.
we had this amazing partner in Fortiche, this animation studio in Paris. We worked with them on the Jinx music video,
That's cool.
on the Imagine Dragons music video for Warriors.
Oh, damn. Okay, put that down on the list. Gotta check that out.
If there's any superpower that we had in the beginning to make Arcane a thing, it was whether or not we could really unleash the potential of Fortiche.
Can you unleash Fortiche? If any of y'all are going to Paris sometime, let me know, because there's an awesome little cafe right behind the Eiffel Tower that I recommend. Amazing. I did a tour through France, a music tour, performing, and what I found is you could either really love Paris or unbearably hate it. It all depends on your tour guide.
It's a good idea. Yes, it is. Can I do it? Yes, you can.
That's a little happy motivator.
Mix of 2D and 3D.
Oh, okay, so now we're getting into it.
A mix of style. Geek with dirty.
Hard at work.
Yes.
Typiquement, moi, je suis pas fan de la 3D pure et
I mean, that looks beautiful. God, I should have put the subtitles on. My French is not there. The only French I know I can say right now is Je suis désolé, mon français est mauvais. Which means I'm very sorry. My French is bad. Wow. God, animation is so cool. Like, digital art and graphic design, you have not only do you have an unlimited amount of resources, but you can just do so much with it. Look at this.
2D drawn, frame by frame,
Wow.
and gets this almost cartoony.
That's crazy. Frame by frame. That's so much work just for a semi-translucent cloud of smoke.
New way to do animation. It's not anime. It's not full CG.
Oh God, I don't know how to feel about those cups.
Are you feeling good about it?
It's an interview right now. Oh yeah. I'm not in the good mood.
Arnold.
Fun, cool music video with no money.
Je faisais de l'animation, mais c'était tout le temps un peu expérimental.
Oh God.
Mix média.
Jesus.
I like characters. I like
Oh.
all
Oh.
personality and
No, thank you. Okay, so Fortiche was very good at actual storytelling.
Making you feel like there's a person filming whatever's happening.
It's interesting when you blur the lines between video game and reality. It's kind of eerie.
To be fair, the first answer when I went to the right leadership was like, I think we should make a TV show about our characters that is the highest budget ever spent on an animated series. It's gonna be great. First answer was no, get out of the office.
That was like a, oh crap. Like, it's so unbelievably daunting. And in the back of my mind, I'm just going, how am I gonna talk Christian out of this? Like, how am I gonna help him realize that, like, we're jumping the shark here?
That's funny. You thought this was jumping the shark? Wow.
And so we just started, you know, doing some concept art.
We have something called the video game curse, which is very few games have adapted into film and television well.
Yeah, that is true. That is true.
A little bit more, now we can explore some 3D models and everything, like $5,000. They're like, okay.
I don't remember getting any of this money.
Went straight to his checking account.
Wow.
Oh, man.
On these little spikes, you know, of like, hey, what would it look like if Vi was just in her apartment in Piltover and...
Her apartment in Piltover? Must be a game storyline.
All you had to do was run, Powder. Didn't we spend a bunch of time preparing you for this?
I mean, that looks really good.
Mind, I was going, I kind of hope this loses steam. This is so unbelievably ambitious.
Yeah, but how do you feel now?
Could you give me like $65,000 or so?
Jesus. What an ask from 5K to 65. Oh. This is what they did with the 65K.
And there was this fight scene. It was sort of this animation test with Jace and Vi on a rooftop.
Wow.
It was so sick, just in terms of how the characters were expressed and how they came to life.
Okay. He's got his hammer.
They were just like, yeah, we need more of this.
Yeah, you do. That would have been cool to see them fight. Wow. Oh, damn.
Oftentimes not knowing what we're getting into was an advantage, because I think if we did know, we would have said, there's no way.
There's so many questions about like, well, what is the full story?
We want to be respectful of players' time and trust.
You just kind of have to, at some point, make that bet, you know, otherwise it's only going to be ever a theory.
Fortiche was 5 people, so we had to build a studio of now 200, 250.
You know, that's a really good point that they don't mention, is how do you increase the scale of your operations? Like, that's a really hard thing to do in and of itself.
I think he was a fool. But the excitement he had when he was talking about the show made the difference to me.
And
sometimes all they need to see is your passion, you know?
On paper, it's not supposed to work because...
Oh, that is strange. Jesus, from 30 to 100. I mean, it makes sense, and I'm sure none of them regret it at all. "10 months on one episode." So how long did it take for, like, the entire season to drop?
We had an entire arc for the first season, I mean, filled with lots of art, lots of exploration, different locations, different characters, and we were already feeling the pressure of the sort of pipeline rolling.
And I went to Brian's office, and there was like a bunch of people in there. It was basically like an intervention meeting.
Oh, well, that's not good.
If we're like on the cusp of launching and we think it's not right, like we'll stop, we'll hold, we'll pivot, we'll cancel.
Yeah, a lot of major corporations and a lot of major studios will do that. It's pretty savage.
You're always kind of waiting for that hammer.
I remember that shot.
We wanted to make sure the story that players got lived up to their expectations. If we couldn't do that, then we shouldn't do that.
And they really thought that they couldn't?
You don't have the story yet. And
wow.
It's not gonna work, you know?
Oh, damn. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. Oh, these mother... I should have guessed. I should have guessed that these guys were going to leave on a cliffhanger. God. Seeing behind the scenes, the concept of creating an entire idea from scratch and watching it germinate, and you don't know where it's going to go later on. You just have to stay with it. And sometimes, like some of the guys at Fortiche were saying, the passion was all that they needed from this guy. Yes, he might have been a little overzealous. He might not have exactly known, where this was going to go. He knew what each episode was going to entail, or what he wanted them to entail. But as we saw, it takes 10 months for the first episode. So, it's great to talk about the entire story because you want to be able to know exactly what is going to happen and where the characters need to start, and, little facial expressions that maybe might tip them off for the end. I know Snape did that a little bit in Harry Potter, but it takes so long for that to come to light. It takes so long for that to actually reveal itself, but they were motivated by his passion alone, Christian's passion alone. And it's so amazing to see all of these amazing minds come together for one common goal, for one project. And then when it comes out, it ends up being one of the most popular shows that Netflix has ever seen. And for good reason. I bet not a single one of them regret being a part of that project now. I can't wait to see what else comes from this. This has been great so far. There are 6 parts to this, right? So I got 5 more. So thank you guys so much for watching this. I love Arcane. I love Bridging the Rift. And we'll be watching every single part of this coming up soon. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Again, if you like this video, like, share, comment, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you never miss a video. From one artist to another, stay creative, and I'll see you again.